part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Coverage of our Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you by the following sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience with locations in Hudson and on Main Street here in Milford. Rentschler Biopharma, sponsor of our broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma transforms innovative ideas into life-saving biopharmaceuticals. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude. Serving the Milford community at their local branch on Prospect Street inside the Shaw's Plaza.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the turf field at Milford High School as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Rail Trail Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience specializing in an all-scratch-made kitchen featuring wood-fired flatbreads. It's an inviting atmosphere for the whole family to enjoy. You can check them out over in Hudson or right here on Main Street in Milford. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet here with you on the call. We begin a new week and an all-lacrosse week here on our Milford TV platforms this week. We bring this action to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma is a global contract development and manufacturing organization specializing in biopharmaceuticals and advanced therapies. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. Today it is the boys lacrosse team back out on the MHS turf this afternoon, fresh off of a impressive victory that we brought to you on Friday last week against the Taunton Tigers, looking to keep the good times rolling. They come into action here today, tied for first place in the Kelly Rex Division standings with an overall record of 9-2. And today they welcome in a rival from the Davenport Division, the Canton Bulldogs, who currently reside in second place in the Davenport standings. They are 9-3 overall on the season. And just like that, lacrosse action underway here. We're live locally in Milford on our educational channel, our Verizon High Definition channel, and we're streaming anywhere, anytime over on our YouTube channel. Milford looking to attack from right to left across your screens here in first quarter action. Beautiful conditions for this lacrosse matchup today. Certainly much different than the rainy, cool conditions from a couple of days ago on Friday. Today, temperature at game time is 66 degrees. Feeling much more spring-like. There is a steady breeze blowing from right to left across the field as we get settled in for this action. Right now, Canton controlling just a minute into this first quarter as they wrap it around the perimeter onto the stick of number 3, Brody Baldiga. Ball loose on the turf, and it is quickly picked up there by Will Hausman. He'll race up onto the attacking side, releases a pass just prior to some contact, and then around behind the net for Ricky Nashawati, and then back around on the near side for Jeff Corbin. Two very good defensive teams on the field here this afternoon, as Milford sends it up top now for Garen Fraunfelter, who had a hat trick in Milford's victory against Taunton on Friday afternoon. Back to Corbin now as he curls around up top. Two powerful programs here on the turf this afternoon. Milford from the far side of the field will once again wrap around behind the net. The ball loose now on an errant pass, mishandled by Corbin, but he is able to come back to get it. And sends it along up top for Quinn Cook, and now onto the stick of the Milford all-time lacrosse points leader, Jason Stokes. Stokes looking to gain entry, forced back out on the perimeter, now looking to give it up. And it's back to Nashawati, who will restart things now for Corbin. Patience is key in a matchup like this with two very good defensive-minded teams waiting for your opening. Milford trying to show that patience here as they are able to get away from the defense here. A nice little spin move from Fraunfelter. He did send a shot in towards net. It was elevated over the crossbar and off the field of play. Possession stays with Milford now as Stokes, with a full head of steam from around behind the net, now slows up and will toss the pass in the direction of Cook. Quinn Cook now a little stutter step move. He feeds it low in front of the net. It's deflected away. Nashawati is over there. He scoops up the loose ball, and Milford will start again. Scoreless here with 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Canton winning the opening faceoff. Milford capitalizing on a turnover and a long possession here on their attacking side, looking for the first goal of the game. Stokes now in a one-on-one battle against Nolan Harney. Around behind the net, ball is loose. Stokes stays calm, able to pick it back up. And now back to Garen Fraunfelter as he quickly returns it back to Stokes. Now guarded by number 14, that's Brandon Morris. Again, the ball loose on the ground, and a fight now this time for Stokes to regain control. He continues to shovel it around the end zone area. Help arriving now as the ball comes loose to the far sideline, and this time Canton is able to pick it up. Nice crisp pass up ahead. Hits Nolan Harney in stride. And so Milford with a turnover. Now it's Canton who puts the ball back down on the turf, and a flurry of players jockeying for position here. And now Milford a chance to pick it up, but still up for grabs. Now Milford finally settles. A lot of stick contact as now it's Anthony Mastriani out of net who will travel to the edge of the field of play. Possession stays with the Bulldogs, trying to get a quick hitter in stride towards the net, but instead this ball deflects back out, stays under the control of the Bulldogs. Under 7.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. As now Canton settles into their offense. Ball on the stick of Tim O'Mara now for the Bulldogs. Bright sunshine overhead as Canton slings it along to the far side. Good defensive work for Dante Capozziello. Continues to track the play to the far sideline, and this one stays in that far boundary line. Milford's able to pick it up. They fire a pass over towards Mastriani, who will try to chase it to the near sideline, but that's going to sneak out of play. Milford did a good job there of jarring that ball free, but then a little bit too frantic on the pass, looking to hit Mastriani, and it ended up out of play, so Canton gets bailed out of the turnover. Bulldogs with a good pass inside. The shot on goal, a save made by Mastriani, lets the rebound out and goes out to clean it up himself. Excellent work by Mastriani, who will loop this pass now over to the near sideline, and left behind now by Ryan Burns. And the ball goes out of play. Canton will bring it back in. So the first shot on goal of the game, and Mastriani up to the task. Less than 6 minutes to go in a swift-moving first quarter. Milford trying to force Canton further onto the outside, and this ball slung in towards net by number 25, Cam Conley. Not sure if Mastriani got a stick on that one. It went wide to the near post. And the Bulldogs again retain possession. Ball loose on the turf here. An opportunity for Milford. Racing onto the scene for Milford was Alex Stakowski. And eventually Stakowski does settle it down and sneaks all the way in. Had Nashawati crossing in front of the net, but the pass could not connect. And Canton there to reel it back in. Now heavy contact, a hard check. The Milford fans love it. The Scarlet Hawks bench roaring. But the Bulldogs weather that heavy contact and now cross back onto their attacking side. A discarded stick just outside of the center circle as a shot comes in, and another stick save is made by Anthony Mastriani, and he will heave a pass upfield on a bounce that's going to go out of play. And Milford has been a little undisciplined with their passing here as this first quarter has gone on, and you could hear head coach Austin Costa really hollering from the sideline after that decision for Mastriani. A great save, but then a poor decision on the pass that was out of the reach of Sully Driscoll downfield. So Canton, an opportunity now to start the breakout. They start it with their goaltender. It is the junior Jack Levis. And picked up off the turf, meanwhile, by Will Hausman. He's able to escape a trio of defenders. Has one now closing in from behind as he comes parallel to the net. Escapes again and then deals the pass up top to Sully Driscoll. Less than 4 minutes remain in the first quarter. Back to Jason Stokes here, looking to unleash a shot from deep. Changes his mind. Now instead gives the pass to Fraunfelter, who got some contact up high after the pass deflected away, and a penalty flag comes in. And so likely an opportunity here for Milford to go on the man advantage. And so the penalty will go on Nick Crow after that contact on Fraunfelter. So he is in the penalty area, 3:46 to go in the first quarter. And a good opportunity here for Milford. He started out with the ball on Nashawati's stick. Up top now for Fraunfelter, who will give the little handoff. He fakes the handoff to Sully Driscoll. Now Fraunfelter's stick pinwheeling out of his hands as Canton jars it loose, comes away with possession. So plenty of physicality in this first quarter already. Now Burns gets into the passing lane, but contact here whistled on Milford. Again, Milford with active sticks, but the pass is on target. Now elevated over the reach of number 13, Braden Dickey. And Milford is able to steal possession back. Pass deflected at midfield. And Garen Fraunfelter eventually able to scoop it. 2:45 to play as Fraunfelter crosses onto the offensive side of the field. Around behind now for Nashawati. A little handoff to Stokes. Guarded by 34, that's Will Doucette. Doucette forcing Stokes further and further back. And now Jason trying to cut in towards that near post, but forced back around behind. Now wraps in, releases a shot, and that deflects off of the Canton keeper out of play, and Canton chases it out. They will get possession back with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Pass to midfield is pulled down by Harney. Harney gives it up towards the near post, and then crossing in front of the net. The shot is deflected. It comes back in close and eventually covered up by Mastriani. Mastriani this time goes the shorter route, connecting on a pass with Sam Stakowski, who gets leveled at midfield as he releases a pass. Quinn Cook now around behind the net to Nashawati. A brief bobble. Less than 90 seconds to play now in the first quarter as Stokes has it on the near sideline. Luke Fraunfelter into the game now, passes it around to Quinn Cook. Cook just outside the face-off circle, trying to escape Doucette. Ball on the ground, Milford recovers. Corbin now with the pass back up top to Luke Fraunfelter. 60 seconds to go in the first quarter. Corbin, very little space, comes around behind the net. A lot of stick work from Brandon Morris. Down to 38 seconds in the quarter as the pass eventually comes back for Cook. Cook will release a pass. It's wide to the far post. A lot of play. And it looks like once again Nick Crow whistled for a penalty with 28 seconds to play in the first quarter, so he'll serve his second. Corbin looking for options. Hands it off to Driscoll. One hop pass to Stokes. He has to go back and get it. Final 10 seconds of the first quarter as Stokes takes a quick look back to his coaching staff. And Milford content to just hold on to it here to the end of this first quarter. So we expected a good defensive battle between these two teams, and that's exactly what we get through the first quarter of play. No goals scored, and so it is Milford 0 and Canton 0 at the close of one quarter of play. We bring it to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Quick timeout here, and we'll be back with the second quarter next here on Milford TV. Our presenting sponsor is the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you in part by Unibank. Big bank know-how, community bank attitude. Recently voted best bank for banking. Best Bank for Business by the Worcester Business Journal for the 13th time. Best Bank for Banking and Best Bank for Business over at Unibank. They're serving the Milford community from their local branch on Prospect Street right inside the Shaw's Plaza. Milford TV back with you here for the start of the second quarter. Canton serving out the remainder of the penalty to Nick Crow as they're able to bring it up onto their attacking side, releasing a shot that rang the post and deflected out of play. Scoreless so far. Canton came into the season with everyone really talking about their defensive prowess from the last several seasons. They were hoping that their offense would take the next step forward this season. Not only has their offense taken a step forward, they have become one of the top offenses in the Hockomock League this season. They came into play today having scored 134 goals as they were able to scoop this one off the turf, carry around to the near side of the Milford net. They have allowed 72 goals on the season, which is second lowest in the Davenport division. As Milford is able to block that shot, they initially came away with possession but cough it up, and so Canton has it back here. Around behind the net now. And in terms of defense, Milford has been a little bit better so far on the season. 72 goals allowed by the Bulldogs, only 65 allowed for Milford, which is the second lowest goals allowed in the entire league, second only to the King Philip Warriors, and it's only by a margin of 62 to 65. So Milford has been excellent defensively this season, as has Canton. And we have certainly seen a high level of defensive play so far, as we have yet to see a goal scored, coming down to 9.5 minutes to play in the first half. Hard work behind the net by Milford as they're able to knock that ball free, and Mastriani trying to start the breakout, but the pass quickly intercepted. It was Ethan Charzenko who was able to break things up behind the net, but Milford unable to get penetration back onto the attacking side, so Canton now resets. And back into the game comes Nolan Harney as he will take over and dishes a little pass back to Brody Baldiga. Stutter step, Wanderson Dos Santos helping out defensively, and meanwhile, Mastriani flat on his back, able to make the save, and then crawls out to cover up and deny the rebound chance. Mastriani really standing tall in net in this first half. Now Milford with good quick passing upfield to Driscoll, and now around behind to Nashawati. Ricky gives it up. Quinn Cook now. And then back to Jason Stokes. Stokes walks it in. Cuts away from the defense, fires on net. Now picks up his own rebound, gets it, and scores. Relentless as he approached the net. Jason Stokes, his initial shot was deflected back out. He continued in, picked up his own rebound, and fired it. And was finally able to get one past Jack Levis for the first goal of the game. And with 8:09 to play in the second quarter, Milford takes a 1-0 lead. And it's Jason Stokes once again leading the way for the Scarlet Hawks. Milford now off of the face-off win. looking to build some more momentum now after that first elusive goal. Stokes right back on the field after scoring the first goal of the day. Milford gets personnel set, and now Fraunfelter gets it started right back to Stokes. He bobbles it as he came right up the gut, and Canton quickly recovers. Now this ball loose, an opportunity for Burns. He picks it up, carries back onto the attacking side, and now finds Stokes. He had a little bit of space, but Canton able to close in quickly. They had Jack Levis all the way out from net. And so Canton quickly now on the counter. They fire a shot in wide to the near side. It goes out of play. Shot was taken by Cam Conley. Another penalty flag in. Clock paused at 6:47 to go in the half. A 30-second technical on Sully Driscoll. The first Milford penalty of the game comes with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Absolutely beautiful day for these outdoor teams today, and great to have good weather for such a premium matchup between two great programs. Canton right now looking for the equalizer. Ball is loose, and Milford gets to it. Dylan Burns now up the field. Good pass. Pulled down by Capizzello. And now Ricky Nashawati changes course and gets this pass to Will Hausman. And then back up top for Sully Driscoll after serving out that 30-second penalty. Driscoll will fire it on to Cook. Quinn Cook races across the middle. Back to Garen Fraunfelter. Fraunfelter closed off by two defenders, now leaves the ball down on the turf. And Canton has it pop loose as it comes back to their goaltender. Levis directs traffic. Coaching staff calling for Levis to take this ball out himself. The pass, though, off target as he reached the faceoff circle. Now Levis has to race back into the net as Burns comes up with it. Burns looking to take a shot as the whistle blows. Timeout is called on the field, stopping the clock with 4 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Just one goal in the game so far, belonging to Milford. Milford 9-2 coming into this game today. They are riding a 5-game winning streak. They stretched it to 5 with that win against Taunton last week. And again, we had a chance to cover that game live. A lot of great offense for Milford. If you missed that live coverage on Friday, you can check out that game as well as all of the games that we have covered so far this season over on our YouTube channel. So if you're not live streaming the game on YouTube right now, make sure you head over to YouTube, search My Milford TV, Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our live sports coverage or any of our other great Milford TV content that's up there. We have all of our Studio A live concerts, all of our Claflin Hill performance coverage, episodes of the Milford Informer, municipal meetings, and a whole lot more over on our YouTube channel, so there's a lot to take in. So head over to YouTube, search My Milford TV, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel today. Milford, a few last words before retaking the field. Canton under the direction of head coach Tommy Galvin. They come into action today winners of 4 out of their last 5. They had a 4-game winning streak snapped on Thursday of last week as they fell to the King Philip Warriors. Another close game. 8-5 was the final. KP taking the win on the road. They had a big performance at the close of the first half to gain some separation against Canton that ended up being the real difference in the game. So back out of the timeout here. Less than 5 minutes to play in the first half. As Milford leads it 1-0, they have possession. As they fake the handoff to Stokes, Cook will take a shot. It was wide. And Milford races to the near sideline as that ball goes out of play. Driscoll and Corbin cross as Driscoll tries to feed Fraunfelter, crashing the net. The pass eludes his grasp, and now possession will flip to the Canton Bulldogs with less than 4.5 minutes to go in the half. Canton looking for a quick strike in transition. This ball instead rolls free across the goal mouth. It's picked up by Mastriani. Mastriani now gets double teamed along the near sideline, able to sidestep it, and now loops a pass over the middle. It's pulled down by Stakowski. Alex takes it now around behind the Bulldogs net. And now up top to Driscoll. Garen Fraunfelter bounces off of contact, stops, protects. And now the pass does not connect with Nashawati, and it ends up on the stick of the goaltender Levis. Pass up to the middle, pulled down by Paul Mellon. And now it's Canton who will call a timeout. That stops the clock with 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go in this first half. A chess match between these two coaching staffs. We'll try to get a look at the updated power rankings for these two teams as the broadcast goes on. Only a little over 2 weeks to go in this sprint of a spring sports season. Not much change for Milford from when we looked at the power rankings on Friday. And good reason for that. They have not been updated since Friday. So Milford hangs tight for now as the number 14 position in the Division II power rankings. Canton, meanwhile, is in the 10 spot in those Division II power rankings. So a big game here with playoff implications in those power rankings. Same amount of wins between these two teams, but Canton playing a schedule with a lot of teams above their division. So back out of the timeout, coming down to the final 3 minutes of this first half, as the Bulldogs will wrap around behind the net. Quick ball movement here for the Bulldogs as Milford forces Cullen O'Brien down to the turf. And now Wanderson Dos Santos with the ball on his stick. He quickly gives it up. Sam Stukowski onto the attacking side for Driscoll as we tick down to 2.5 minutes to go. Milford with possession, continuing to lead this game by a slim 1-0 margin. Another goal here before the half would be huge. Back to the goal scorer, Jason Stokes. No lane to the goal that time for Stokes. Now it's Cook thinking about uncorking a long-range shot. Couple of crow hop steps now. Cook fires over the reach of Nashawati behind the net. It goes out of play. Possession staying with the Scarlet Hawks here as Nashawati goes the short route to Stokes. Stokes now parallel to the net, fires in a shot, gets it past the stick of Levis. It's the second goal of this half for Jason Stokes. With just over 90 seconds to go until halftime, Milford does indeed double the lead. It is now 2-0. Terrific vision there for Stokes, and a laser beam of a shot tucked it just inside the far post. And a quick face-off win here for Milford as they heave a pass that goes out of play, and Canton will take over. So Jason Stokes now with 36 goals on the season with the 2 that he has today. Now an empty net chance for Ricky Nashawati as Levis lost his feet, lost the ball, and Nashawati pounces and puts in an empty netter as Milford scores 2 here down the stretch of this second quarter. It is now a 3-0 Scarlet Hawks lead. Right place, right time, and just a catastrophic mistake for Levis. Lost his feet, and Nashawati took care of the rest. Big turn of events here inside of 2 minutes. 2 goals now. As both teams fight for this faceoff, Canton will come away with it. And now 60 seconds left to work with. Milford looking to stay disciplined here defensively for 45 more seconds to carry a big lead into the break. Around behind the net for Braden Dickey. And now he finds Cam Conley. And now up top, sidearm sling from Jake Marcel. It goes out of play. Milford will win the possession with 24 seconds left. We saw Milford conservative with the clock at the end of the first quarter. And so now Mastriani carries this ball out. And Milford passes up the far sideline. It stays in 5 seconds left as Nashawati races around behind the net. That will eat up the remaining clock. And so Milford comes to life in this second quarter after these teams dueled to a scoreless first quarter of play. Milford scores 3 times here in the second, 2 of them courtesy of Jason Stokes, and then Ricky Nashawati off of the turnover for the goalie puts in an empty netter to make it 3-0 Milford as we have reached halftime here at the MHS Turf. So if you're joining us on the live coverage, you do not want to go anywhere. About 9.5 minutes until we resume for the third quarter. So hang tight, and we'll have more coverage here as we bring it to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV is presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
Welcome back inside the MHS turf, just about to get started with the third quarter here. Varsity boys lacrosse action between your Milford Scarlet Hawks and the visiting Canton Bulldogs. Milford winning this initial face-off, and then a series of possession changes leads to a quick chance in front of the net, and it is Jeff Corbin who puts it in. Milford's gotten some bounces to go their way. At the end of the first half, they get another one here as they win the face-off. They gave up possession. Canton then on a bounce. The ball came off their stick. Milford was able to get it in stride, and it leads to a wide-open chance in front of the net for Jeff Corbin. And Corbin with a rifle shot past Jack Levis, and Milford with a 4-0 lead now on top of Canton. That goal coming just 13 seconds into this second half.
Oh, fair enough. That's okay. I totally get that. All right.
And Milford, another face-off win. They leave the ball behind, still up for grabs here. Popped straight up in the air and back down onto the stick of the most recent goal scorer, Jeff Corbin. Milford with momentum firmly behind them. Back onto the stick now of Jason Stokes, who had 2 of Milford's 3 goals in the first half. So Stokes for 2, and then 1 apiece for Ricky Nashawati, and now Jeff Corbin to make it 4-0 Milford. It's not Nashawati now racing towards the near side. Back to Stokes. And Stokes now eventually dishes to Quinn Cook. Winding up, gets free of a defender, sends a shot in low. And Levis was able to guide that ball wide of the net. And in a foot race for possession, they give it to Canton. The Milford crowd hates the call as a long pass comes down on the stick of Paul Mellon. And now across the middle, the pass could not be taken by Nolan Harney. And rolling free to the near sideline, it goes out of play and right back to the Scarlet Hawks. Now here's Stokes on the move. He spins around, leaves the ball down on the turf, gets back to his feet. It's still up for grabs. Milford looking for it. Full scrum, and now eventually it's secured on the stick of the goaltender. Levis will take it out now. 9:37 on the third quarter clock. And another pass that was off target for the Bulldogs. Milford trying to protect as that ball went out of play, and now they will have possession. Up ahead now comes Dylan Burns. Will Kernan now. And around now for Nashawati. Ricky in some trouble, able to give it up. Now the wraparound chance for Garen Fraunfelter, and Fraunfelter makes it 5-0 Milford. Canton completely back on their heels now. Just a quick close in towards the net. Fraunfelter picks that top near corner. 5-0 Milford with 8:56 to go in the third. Fraunfelter now with his 10th goal of the season. Certainly come on in the last couple of games, had 3 for himself, as now Corbin has an opportunity again with just the goaltender to beat. It's 2 goals now in this third quarter for Corbin, as all of a sudden the onslaught is on here for Milford. Their 3rd goal in this third quarter, and these Milford fans loving life right now as Canton has to call the timeout, reeling now as they find themselves down 6-0. Goals just 17 seconds apart for Milford. So Corbin with 2 in this third quarter.
I guess we probably could have gone a little tighter if you can. I don't know how.
There's been a change in the dynamic of these head-to-head matchups within the last couple of seasons. We tracked the head-to-head meetings between Milford and Canton all the way back to 2016. There were not a lot of good times when Canton came to town for Milford in years past. You look back at some of the early matchups back in 2016, losing 14-1, 2017 losing 13-2, a 14-2 loss in 2018. In total, Milford would lose the first 8 straight meetings they had against Canton from 2016 all the way until 2024. Things started to shift a bit in 2024. For the first time, it was a competitive battle between these two teams, with Canton emerging with a 7-5 win. And then last season, the big one for Milford, matching up in the 2025 season, the Scarlet Hawks finally able to get the monkey off their backs. They defeated this Canton program for the first time, winning 6-3 up at Canton High School. Jason Stokes had a hat trick as part of that victory. A big performance for Anthony Mastriani as well. And so the Scarlet Hawks finally getting a win against Canton last season, looking to do it again this season, and they've put themselves in excellent position now, up 6-0. And tying that goal total that they had against the Bulldogs in their matchup last year. So it's the most goals that they have ever scored against this Canton team. And still a lot of time left in the second half. Back out of the timeout now, as the faceoff is still up for grabs. And it is Milford who settles it. Racing out is Henry Richards. And now bodies getting tangled up as possession shifts to the Bulldogs. Into the open field for Jake Marcel. And trying for a little give and go. This ball pops straight up in the air. Canton able to find it first. Baldiga now over towards the far side. Now it's back over for Nolan Harney. Canton trying to speed up their passing to create an opportunity in front of the net. They get it here for Cullen O'Brien. And so the senior able to finally get a shot past Mastriani. And so with 7:43 to go, the Bulldogs get on the scoreboard. Good response for Canton. Really playing with purpose in the attacking side. A lot of quick, crisp passes. Ultimately opened things up for the senior Cullen O'Brien. So back down to a 5-goal lead here for Milford. O'Brien scores his 29th goal of the season as Canton comes back with possession off the faceoff, trying to build some momentum for themselves for the first time in this game. Just over 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Carried over to the far side. Now it's Baldiga looking for a pass. He gets it over to Conley. And now the flag comes in. Multiple flags. Canton pumped up on their sideline. Wanderson Dos Santos coming over to the penalty area, as is Shane Harney. Harney, it looks like, just coming over to the bench. So the penalty to be served by Dos Santos, putting Canton on the man advantage. So after building up that big 6-goal lead, Milford giving Canton a little bit of life here. Still a long way to go in this game. 6:41 to play in the third.
They're all looking at the guy at the back.
So the Bulldogs with the man advantage. Up top for Marcel. Now the sidearm flip from the far side drifts wide of the net. Possession stays with the Bulldogs. Back to Marcel. It's Dickey now towards the near side. And now the pass in tight is knocked away by Burns. And then a chance for Cullen O'Brien, the Canton goal scorer, to regroup. And now this shot comes in low, rolls past the net and out of play. Dos Santos continuing to serve out the penalty. 5:55 to play in the third. And now an errant pass, or errant shot, I should say, that went well over the net by O'Brien. Tried to snap that off quickly and sent it several feet over the net. But Canton maintains possession, now fires in a shot from the far side that takes a hard deflection off the stick of Mastriani and right back to the Bulldogs. Penalty time has expired now. That pass just barely makes it to Marcel. And now around behind the net for Nolan Harney. Marcel able to escape a defender. A ball up for grabs. Canton is able to regroup as Cam Conley pounces. And then a shot comes in as Mastriani loses his feet. Could not keep that out. And a second goal now for the Bulldogs with 4:56 to play. So some pushback here for the Bulldogs as they score 2 consecutive goals. An extended stay in their attacking side after Milford had all of the momentum. Milford sold out trying to intercept that pass. It came in clean onto the stick of Jake Marcel, who fired it past Mastriani. So the lead down to 4 for Milford as they win the face-off. Fraunfelter, one of the Milford goal scorers in this third quarter, gives it up for Driscoll. Much more deliberate pace to this third quarter. A lot more scoring here in the third. Driscoll tosses back. An elevated pass towards Quinn Cook. He's able to go back to get it. Stokes now along the near sideline, charges in, leaves the ball behind. And good support by Corbin. Corbin gets a check. Pass for Nashawati as he comes around to the far side of the field. Little pass finds Driscoll as he gets pushed down. Ball comes out right to Cook. Less than 3.5 minutes to play now in the third. As Cook gets a couple of whacks from the KP defender. Back to Corbin now. Ashawati sneaks in. Ricky backs up close to the center logo. Curls back out now. Milford very deliberate here. They'll wind it around to Stokes now. That's Driscoll. Sully looking to work off of a screen from Stokes, who now collects the pass. Sneaks in, gets contact up high. The penalty flag comes in. Almost a horse collar tackle there on Stokes as he charged in towards the near post. And so it'll be Milford on the man advantage with 2:13 to play in the third quarter. Penalty called on Paul Mellon. Nashawati will get it started. A little awkward feed between Nashawati and Driscoll. Sully finding Fraunfelter, and now it's Stokes. Stokes will send one in from deep. It one hops past the net, goes out of play. Possession still with Milford. And again, they fake the pass to Nashawati. It stays on Driscoll's stick. Garen Fraunfelter winds the pass up top for Stokes. 90 seconds to play in the quarter. Jason now trying to get around a defender. Elevates a shot. It rings the post. Deflects back out to Milford. Now sidearm shot from Fraunfelter. Deflects away. Stokes with a full leap, downward angle on that shot. It rang the near post, stayed out of the net just barely.
That's not your fault. I changed the settings on there. You can just hang tight. I'm going to go up to Jack for 1 second.
Nashawati behind the net, less than a minute to play in the third quarter. A 6-2 Milford lead. As Nashawati cannot escape the pressure, comes back around behind the net. Has Stokes. Jason in tight to the net, sends that ball. I think that hit off the helmet of Levis. Possession sticks with the Scarlet Hawks here. Final seconds of the third. Nashawati loops up high. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Will Milford try a shot here? Stokes trying to back his way in. Leaves the ball behind. 4 seconds left here for Canton. They will race onto the attacking side. They unleash a pass from just on to their offensive side of the field. And one hops into Mastriani's stick as the third quarter comes to an end. So Milford racing out to a 6-0 lead. Canton able to stabilize a bit, courtesy of goals from Cullen O'Brien and Jake Marcel. So it's a 6-2 Milford lead heading into the fourth quarter. Milford looking for a big Hockomock League victory here this afternoon. 1 quarter left to play. We'll see the fourth quarter when we return next as we bring it to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Stay tuned to the coverage of Milford High School Varsity Boys Lacrosse here on Milford TV. It's presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Don't forget, you can celebrate Cinco de Mayo with our friends over at the Rail Trail Flatbread Company all the way until May 6th. A lot of great Cinco de Mayo inspired items on the menu, a lot of great drinks as well. being served at both Rail Trail locations in Hudson and here on Main Street in Milford. So make a reservation today. Head over and enjoy all of those special menu items for a limited time. And, of course, also a great new spring menu just recently released by Rail Trail as well. So we really appreciate the partnership with Rail Trail Flatbread Company, our presenting sponsor for Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. We begin now fourth quarter action. Milford with a 6-2 lead on top of the Canton Bulldogs. Canton has scored the last 2 goals. Milford had some extended time in front of the Canton net down the stretch of the third quarter. They could not put one in, had a couple of good chances, including Jason Stokes looking to finish off the hat trick. So instead now it is Canton on the attack here to start the fourth quarter, coming in tight on Mastriani. He's able to make the save. And he hoists a pass out of the reach of Sully Driscoll. Now a chance for Canton perhaps here. Milford contests, but it's the Bulldogs now who settle it down. Brandon Morris will carry on to the attacking side. Ball now on the stick of Cam Conley. Cam Conley was the goals leader for this team a season ago. 34 goals scored, 35 assists. As now Mastriani tries to start the breakout, but sends a pass out of the reach of Ryan Burns. So here's Canton now looking for a pass right in front of the goal mouth. They carry it in and they score. That looked to be Shane Harney, the sophomore, who was able to elevate that over the stick of Mastriani. Milford had a chance to clean it out, but stayed up for grabs for Canton, and then Conley able to finish off the chance. So 10:09 to go. The lead continues to shrink now for Milford. It was indeed Shane Harney. So 3 straight goals scored now by the Bulldogs after falling behind in this game 6-0, looking to dig their way out of a big hole.
You can push in, but once they start moving, you just want to make sure. All right, come back to Jack. Looks like it's a little tough sitting down, Ethan. If you feel up to it, you might be best off standing the rest of the way.
9:25 on the clock. They have not added that third goal to the scoreboard yet.
Push in a little bit more on him, just a little bit more. So you're getting further away from him. Cut back over to Jack. The ball is
As this one is down on the turf, Stokes is able to pick it up. And around behind the net now for Nashawati. 8:57 to go in this fourth quarter. And now a shot unleashed just wide. Nashawati racing around behind. So we're hearing that it is still a 6-2 score, so they apparently waved off that goal by Shane Harney. Is that looking down at my scorecard? So my apologies. It is still 6-2. With 7:44 to go. So a 4-goal lead for the Scarlet Hawks as Canton now regroups. Carries on to the attacking side. Options out in front. Milford breaks it up. Behind the net now as Braden Dickey looks for opportunities. And instead has the ball knocked away. Active stick for Dylan Burns. And now the shot wide of the net. So a chance for the Bulldogs to cut it to a 3-goal lead, but the goal was waved off to keep it at a 6-2 margin with now down to 6:45 to play. Another good save made by Mastriani. And good patience down the other end of the field for Hausman as he waited to play that bounce. Then got a punishing hit after the fact. Canton now on the counter. The physicality has been there all game long. And this one will stay on the board now for Braden Dickey. So now a 6-3 score with 6:22 to go. Canton continuing to chip away. Off of a turnover from Hausman. Leading to an opportunity here for the Bulldogs. And it was the long-range shot for Jake Marcel. So with 6:22 to go. Second goal for Marcel. And Milford fortunate now that potential goal for Harney was waved off, or we would be looking at just a 2-goal lead here. So much was going Milford's way from the end of the second quarter through much of the third, including an empty net goal scored by Nashawati right at the close of the first half. Jeff Corbin had a couple of wide open looks at the net in the third quarter that he capitalized on. And Milford was loving life up 6-0, but a different complexion to this game now. Milford now fighting for that possession. Instead, it's taken away by the Bulldogs. They race the other way. The ball squirts free. Milford will take over. The crowd trying to give Milford a little boost out there for this last 5+ minutes. Stokes, quick release over the middle. Corbin, now Nashawati. Back to get this ball around behind the net. Now fires it back to Corbin. Corbin a chance for a hat trick if he can net another. Canton really ramping up the physicality. Milford a chance to use the clock to their advantage as well. As Fraunfelter loses it, can't find it. And now an easy chance for Jake Marcel to pick it up. Marcel has 2 goals in this second half. And up ahead with the feed to Cullen O'Brien, who also has a goal in this second half. Just missed wide of the net. Possession still with Canton, and sending in a high-velocity shot. Took a hard ricochet. That might have also hopped off of Dylan Burns after it came back out from the net. Canton very aggressive in this fourth quarter as they were able to sneak that one inside of the far post. That looked like, again, it was Cullen O'Brien. And right now, it is the Bulldogs playing with nothing to lose, and they have all of a sudden made this a 2-goal game with 4 minutes to play. A race to the finish line is on. The Bulldogs desperately trying to erase a 6-goal deficit. It was indeed Cullen O'Brien scoring his second, so it has been 7-17, putting this Bulldogs team on their back. As the ball goes out right in front of the Bulldogs bench, Canton with possession and with all the momentum suddenly behind them. And now another chance here for O'Brien. This time, Mastriani able to stick the leg out to make the save. Milford cannot clear this ball out. Mastriani bats it towards the far sideline, and it's picked up there by Burns. They get it back to the goaltender. As timeout is called on the field, stopping the clock with 3:26 to go. Coach Costa giving his players a chance to catch their breath. What a huge turn of events. It started with just about 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter after Milford had catapulted ahead 6-0. They scored 2 goals inside of the last 2 minutes of the first half. They immediately tacked another on just 13 seconds into the third quarter. They added 2 more courtesy of Garen Fraunfelter, and the second goal scored by Jeff Corbin. And with 8.5 minutes left in the third quarter, it was a 6-0 Milford lead. It felt insurmountable. It felt like Milford had all of the wind at their sails, but Canton has really flipped the script here since. They chipped away with 2 goals to close out the third quarter. They've scored 2 more here in the fourth and nearly had another that was waved off. And so at this point now, just a 2-goal difference on the scoreboard with 3:26 left, which feels like a lot of time with the way that this game has unfolded in this fourth quarter. These fans have certainly been entertained here today. Milford will play their next 2 on the road. They'll be in Stoughton on Wednesday and then in Bellingham on Friday. Their next home game will be on Monday, May 11th against the North Attleboro Rocketeers. They also have a couple of to-be-determined games on their schedule as well. We'll see if opponents get filled in the next couple of days for those matchups. But all the focus here on this final 3 minutes and 26 seconds as we come back out of the timeout. It is Mastriani in a little bit of trouble over the middle. Eventually gives up the pass as Canton floods the middle of the field. Milford able to save that ball from going out of play. Now the net is wide open and it's bounced in for the score. Near disaster there for the Scarlet Hawks. It took a desperation shovel to keep that ball from going out on the far sideline. And Milford with the net completely open. They strike to make it 7-4 with 3:05 to play. This did not look good early as Mastriani was in trouble. It was carried over the middle by Dylan Burns. Milford fighting to keep it in on that far sideline. And then eventually into the net, and it was Jeff Corbin who finished off the chance, so the freshman gets the hat trick here against the Bulldogs. First goal for Milford in a long time. Now 2:48 left on the clock as Canton carries in front of the Milford net. The Hawks come away with it. Goes across the center line, picked back up by the Bulldogs. One hop pass onto the stick of Cullen O'Brien. He has been a force in this fourth quarter. As the ball drifts out of play, Canton will retain possession here. 2:29 on the clock. Up top for Marcel. Charzenko paying close attention as this ball slips past the near post, goes out of play, and Milford awarded the possession as Burns was in the area. And so Ryan Burns now carries forward. Exactly 2 minutes remaining. And Burns now floats a pass over towards the far side. Milford cannot pull it down. It goes out of play. And so the Bulldogs now will get it right back after some nice moves over the middle from Ryan Burns. Clock continues to wind down as this pass left up for grabs. Dylan Burns there, fighting for it. Now swats it over towards the near side. I think that grabbed a piece of the official, which helped keep it on the playing surface. Now Mastriani on the breakout as a flag comes in. This looking like it will go against the Scarlet Hawks. And some confusion here. It looks like Milford's going to call the timeout. 1 minute and 25 seconds on the clock. After the flag comes in against Milford, didn't get a definitive call there. And Coach Costa checking to see how many timeouts they have left. Now joins his team in the huddle. Well, this is more of the battle that we expected to see between these two teams. It was a bit of a shock to see Milford pull out to such a big lead. Canton last season finishing third in the Davenport standings, 9-8 overall on the season. Scored 162 goals in all of 2025. They should blow past that total this year on the pace that they're on. Again, they came in today having scored 134 through their first 12 games. Scored 4 more here this afternoon, but Milford with a 7-4 lead. Meanwhile, no one appears to be in the penalty area for Milford, so I don't know if they picked up that flag. We play on. Canton with possession and 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. The net is empty for the Bulldogs. They have Jack Levis up towards the far side of the field, close to the center line. Now long-range shot. Deflects on the way in, and a diving play for Mastriani behind the net allows Milford to take over possession. 60 seconds on the clock. Chance for the Scarlet Hawks to try to bleed some clock here. Just 50 seconds now to go. As it's taken up the near sideline by Dylan Burns. Floated over towards the far side now as Ryan Burns gets tangled up with, I believe that was O'Brien. .42 seconds remaining. Marcel gets it back. Dos Santos up in his face as the ball trickles free. It winds out of play. And just 28 seconds left on the clock now as Milford tracks down the loose ball. Burns back to Mastriani. 23 seconds to go. And now heaved up the field, and an empty net goal from about 3/4 of the way up the field for Dylan Burns punctuates a phenomenal performance here for the Scarlet Hawks. 8-4 now the score. And so one more face-off here with 10 seconds on the clock. Tremendous for Dylan Burns. Fitting way to finish off this game as Milford had several chances today with the net vacated. And they finish off an 8-4 victory here against the Canton Bulldogs. The entire bench races out onto the field now to celebrate a statement victory. Milford raced out to a 6-goal lead in this game. Canton pushed back as you knew they eventually would. They cut it to as close as 6-4. But two big goals down the stretch for Milford. One for Corbin, who had a hat trick on the day. And then Dylan Burns with that dramatic 3/4 heave into the empty net. And the Scarlet Hawks win it by a final score of 8-4. Milford now with double-digit victories on the season as they improve to 10-2 overall. And Canton, valiant effort here today, but they come up on the losing side. They will fall to 9-4 overall on their season. So again, this boys lacrosse program will be on the road for the next couple of games. And we'll have the girls lacrosse team here at home to round out the week. We'll have back-to-back girls lacrosse games here on Wednesday against the Stoughton Black Knights with a 4 o'clock start. And then at 5:30 on Friday, the girls lacrosse team will take on the Hopedale Blue Raiders. So we hope you will join us for that girls lacrosse action as this week goes on. But that will wrap up a dramatic afternoon of coverage here from the MHS Turf. A big thank you to our Milford TV crew bringing you all of the coverage today. Our director is Patrick Garapi. Our main camera operator is Jack Andrade. Our sideline camera operator is Ethan Novelli. And I am Tim Coette bringing you all of this action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. That final score, one final time, Milford defeats Canton by a final score of 8-4. This has been a presentation of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. So long, everybody.